Hey guys, welcome to another Cube World video, and it's currently nighttime, but I think I can still make this guide. I wanted to talk about the transport items in Cube World for a little bit. These little fancy knickknacks you see up here, how to get them, what they all do, and just a few other notes about them. It's a small guide video, and I'm doing this live, so I hope you don't mind. First things first though, I am gonna go find a town to sleep in. I forget, okay, there we go. And I suppose, whoa, ouch, that was a mistake. I suppose I can get you introduced to how transport items work in the game. As the name implies, these items allow you to travel around Cube World regions much more effectively and allow you to access locations that are normally restricted. So the first one in particular I want to talk to you about, since it's going to be handy right now, is the hang glider. If you've played the alpha, you've probably seen this item a lot before and you know exactly what it does. A very helpful item. Think about it as just a means of traveling in the air. Whoops. The way it works is all you gotta do is you gotta press E while you're in mid-air, and then you have your hang glider up. What it does is when you go ahead and you jump off a tree or anything in particular with it, is it allows you to glide forward, and by using the spacebar you can sort of propel yourself upward. Your goal is to preserve your stamina as much as you can so you can stay airborne for as long as you can. Just like that, but the second your stamina hits 0, you will begin to fall out of control just like that. Fortunately, crash landing does not cause any fall damage. I believe in alpha it actually did. And I'm actually going to go over to the inn, which is over here. Yes. Alright. Perfect. Now it's daytime and we can see stuff. Good. Alright, so once again, the hang glider allows you to just travel distances airborne for a better period of time. Naturally, it's good to have a nice landing point, so if you want to go ahead and let's say climb up one of these trees, or if you're on top of that mountain over there, it's a better spot for you to just jump and fly all the way across. I believe hang gliding speed is determined by your hang gliding speed over here, so you can get artifacts to enhance that, as well as artifacts that boost your stamina regeneration over here, so that way you can stay airborne for much longer. The next one, I need to go find a body of water. Over here, this works. Okay, so the next one is the boat. Every time you're in a body of water, you just gotta press E and it allows you to maneuver a boat at a pretty fast pace actually. The boat automatically travels in whatever direction you're running. So I have my hand off the keyboard at the moment, it's just traveling naturally. And you can steer around, you can jump, and it's a very effective means of traveling. I consider it to be a lot faster than the hang glider or riding a pet. Probably the fastest one at base because you can travel a long distance. So if you are in a region that has a lot of streams of rivers and channels, then you can go ahead and do that. Or if you're in an ocean biome, it's a top priority, like you really need it. So the boat is one of my more favorite means of transport because it's just a lot faster and it's a lot more fun to use. Plus I can just autopilot, right? Like I can take my hands off the keyboard, go to the restroom or something, and it'll keep going. Now, the third means of transportation is pet riding. So, in order to get pet riding, you have to obtain the reins, which I'll explain later on how to actually get all this stuff. And if you have a rideable pet, to figure out if it is rideable, you just have to hover over the pet that you have, and if it says rideable, then you're good to go. So you can use Collie or the Scottish Terrier, and just by pressing T, if the pet is far away from you, T will blow a whistle and it'll bring the pet closer to you. More about that later. And then if you press T, you can ride on the pet. This is slightly faster than running. I believe it is roughly about the same speed as sprinting if you're playing a class that can sprint. And don't worry, it doesn't like hurt the dog. I know this looks like animal abuse because you're riding something that's probably can't even support your weight, but I like the Scottish Terrier in particular because it looks like I'm jumping on a pogo stick or something. Alright, transport item number 4, although I don't really think this is a transport item, much less a utility item, are the climbing shoes or cleats. Normally when you climb on a tree or a mountain or something, it consumes stamina, but when you have cleats or the climbing shoes, you don't expend any energy whatsoever, so you can climb an indefinite amount. And this is good for scaling areas that have very large mountains, such as the Sesson Rocks over here. Over here, there are these giant pillars of rocks and stuff, so like this requires a lot more energy to climb up, but if you have the cleats, you can climb up these no problem. Of course, you just gotta press E to just make any sort of interaction whatsoever. And that's about it for those. As for the other items, the sky whistle, the harp, or let me just put them over here. Divine Harp, the Sky Whistle, and the Spirit Bell. These allow you to access otherwise like restricted areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a good spot for where the harp would work. I believe, let's head to one of the vaults. Here we go. Alrighty. Hang gliding time. See, now this is a good time for you to use hang glider if you're flying downhill and if you just want to get a nice vantage point and just jump off. Always want to make sure you make a good use of your stamina. Also, I forgot to mention that when you're gliding downwards with the hang glider, you do recover stamina, so you can keep yourself airborne for much longer. Okay. Let's wait. Let's try to see if I can stick the landing. And boo! Nice. Okay, so if you see these golden doors over here that look like they're guarded and plated off. By the way, fun fact, you can actually look inside them without having to go, and you just gotta rotate your camera. The Divine Harp, when you play it, allows you to open these golden doors. And it plays a cool tune. So it's really helpful. I believe that also works for gated things. So if you find anything that has a gate on it, like a steel gate, or although I believe that might be actually the Spirit Bell. But anytime you find a door with a golden, just like, you know, golden metal door, then you can go ahead and use the Divine Harp for those. Up there, occasionally you'll find airborne islands that have something that looks like a shrine. I don't think I can see the shrine. So that's what a shrine normally looks like over there. This one, it isn't quite a shrine. These are, I don't actually know what they're called, like bird statue things, but located close to around these little flying islands, you'll find something that looks something like that. So it looks like another shrine pillar thing, and it has a picture of a bird, or rather a sculpture. See if I can get to it quickly. And when you obtain the Sky Flute, you can play it over here. Then a bunch of little birdies will come pick you up, and they will very gently hover you over to the floating island. It's a really adorable animation, I love it. Then they're gonna drop you right about now. Nice. Okay, so I believe it is impossible to access this island by any means other than the Sky Whistle. Like, you can't use to mage teleport, you cannot hang glide over from here. I believe they're situated in a spot where it is impossible to reach it, so as you can see, even if you hang glide it all the way from over there, I don't think you can make it here. I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, even if you can, you would have to have an insane amount of artifacts to do so, and by then, you probably can just get the Sky Whistle a lot more effectively. Up here, there will usually be some treasure or some item of value, or sometimes just a bag of gold. For the last one, which is the bell over here, the Spirit Bell, gotta find the other vault, because there's another vault. Here we go. Okay, so for the other vault, it was a golden plated door, and for this vault, it's just a bunch of metal bars. So if you counter something like this, you'll have the opportunity to use the Spirit Bell. Essentially what it does is it makes you go through walls. Well, at least like these walls here. It also makes the area around you extremely dark, as you can tell. The effect lasts for 60 seconds, so it is a bit annoying. However, it allows you to just walk through these doors very, very easily. Yeah, that helps you access some other areas as well. And I believe that's every single special item. I call it the transport items. There's also Magic Book of Crafting and stuff like that, but that doesn't really matter at the moment. These items are all obtainable very easily every time you go into each region. Now, people have been complaining about region-locked equipment, which I actually don't mind. I think it's actually okay. However, I do wish you didn't have to grab the transport items every time you go to a new area, because whenever you do go to a new area, you lose all of your transport items and you have to get them all over again. So that is one aspect I wish Wollay could change, because it is cumbersome. Anyway, to get your hands on all the transport items, they are all in 1-star locations. So as you can see right here, the Garrus Lake has the boat, the Stannian Graveyard has the harp, Vardo Sanctuary has the bell, Desdara Graveyard has the reins, Sino Volcano has the hang glider, and Erdy's Farm has the cleats. So they're all going to be at 1-star locations, which means you don't have to worry about waiting a long time to get them. You can actually, I recommend you get them first before doing anything else. To get their locations, just like how you get every other location, you just gotta talk to as many NPCs as possible. I recommend starting out in the villages, like Kroka Village and Odara Village. There'll be different names for your villages. Find all the civilizations within your region first, because you have the most amount of people you can talk to there. That's roughly about it for transport items. They just make your exploration a bit more convenient. And I think that's going to cover it, so if you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Just want to make a very quick guide video on what each of these items do, and how do you normally get them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon in the next video. Take care.